with reports of alleged occult activity, disappearances and unexplained phenomena, we travelled to West Sussex for a walk around the infamous Clapham Wood.
Hello seekers, welcome back to the channel. Clapham Woods. So much has been said about this place. A woodland area near Worthing in West Sussex. Tales of murder, bodies being found, UFOs, ghosts, and so much more. Is it all folklore, or is there some truth in it? I've looked at recent investigations on YouTube, and it's full of demons and being possessed and all that kind of thing. Me being rational, I think the hype is too much. We went there in the winter with paranormal researcher Nori Miles, Paul Sissel, medium, Alan Barnett, psychic medium, Paul Alland, who now does a successful YouTube channel called Unusual Things, and he was hosting a radio show called Tuning In, where I was a guest paranormal investigator. But we went in there with a more rational approach, and we were joined by Charles Walker, the late Charles Walker, who was an expert on Clapham Woods. As I say, we went in there rationally, logically, and just see what our psychic mediums would pick up on. So from 2008, here's an archive investigation at Clapham Woods. No thrills, no demons, no possessions, just an honest paranormal investigation. And I hope you enjoy it. Check it out.
Clapham Wood has for many years been classed as haunted, with reports of strange lights in the sky, apparitions, occult worship and unexplained temperature drops. Joining us on this windy night is radio presenter Paul Alland, medium Paul Sissel and Nori Miles of paranormal radio show Tuning In. So here we are in Clapham Wood in West Sussex. Are you picking up already?
I'm getting very strongly drawn over there. And I'm picking up a woman as well.
Oh God, there's more than one, but there was certainly one rape over there.
I'm picking up a dark-haired woman over there.
Right. Yeah, I haven't got full description. We were halfway across the field, obviously facing this way because walking this way, and we heard the gate go. We turned around and there's an old guy with a bike, like one of the old heavy postman's bikes. We climbed over the gate and then we turned back round because we wanted to see how on earth he was going to get the bike over here. He wasn't there, gone. And there's nowhere here, as you can see, there's nowhere to go.
With the weather turning worse, the team braved the elements and moved deeper into the woods.
This is a very eerie place, I have to admit.
I don't expect to pick up usually outside, you know, that much.
Really?
Yeah, and Nori just said that she come up here before and she picked up a male there as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Was he just following us behind?
Yeah, he's just keeping distance and following us. And
It's
like he's quite fascinated by
what we're doing.
What we're doing, where we're going. And it's like he follows people up here.
Oh right, okay.
It's something that he does.
And so perhaps the reason why he's here, and I'm saying perhaps the reason why he's here, is he lost his life in here.
Okay.
So he was taken, but I don't think he realises that he actually lost his life.
Right.
Here. Joined by Charles this evening. Charles, tell us a little bit about yourself and what, how you've got to come about coming up into Clapham Woods and investigating the area.
Yeah, well, I mean, it all started at the time. I was actually involved with investigations at another site quite nearby, Chanctonbury Ring. But then this area we're in now sort of came into the news because there'd been a lot of UFO sightings, for one thing, and secondly, a lot of dog disappearances.
Right.
I think initially they tried connecting the two, but that never really worked.
It looks as though there's a lot of paranormal groups that come up here to investigate the areas for supposed spirits, hauntings of the area, anything that's happened in terms of paranormal activity. Can you tell us about any of those activities, and have you encountered any of them yourself?
Well, I mean, there's been all sorts of, shall we say, strange things going up here. We've had a lot of sensitive people have come up long before the area became quite as well known.
Yeah.
And they all felt very oppressive atmosphere all around the place.
Yeah.
And it was a result of looking into some of that we eventually came across the fact that there was an occult group practicing up here, active up here. Actually, initially not in the area we're in now. It was a bit much further away. That all changed with the storm in '87 when the site they were using then got destroyed, all the trees, and it was completely open. But the fact was that it always had a very heavy atmosphere up here, which is what drew people to come up anyway.
Yeah.
And it certainly drew the occult groups up here.
From them. Now you've been away from me, and I've just come round in the darkness and found you behind this massive tree here. Are you picking up on anything at all around this area?
When I say picking up on something, what I am sensing is the vibration of the tree itself. So I've kind of been tapping into the tree's energy to find out a little bit about sort of the area, because, you know, again, it is a very interesting tree. I mean, the tree itself, I mean, look at the way the branches go up. I mean, it just goes right out, and if you can, obviously, you know, our listeners can't see, but I mean, the roots go right into the ground and push themselves out, so the tree itself is very grounded. You know, and just standing here, I mean, contrary to, I don't know, maybe what supposedly gone on around this, I actually feel very at peace with this tree, very calm, very relaxed. But when I'm tapping into the energy of the tree, there's this sense of I wanting to say, it's like the tree's saying, I want it to stop, I want it to stop. So there's a sadness with the tree.
Yeah.
And that's a little bit conflicting, because at one point I'm feeling very comfortable standing here with the tree.
Yeah.
I'm feeling, you know, very calm, very at peace, but I'm also sensing this, I don't know, this negativity with the tree, or this, it's almost as if the tree, like I say, the tree's saying, I want it to stop, I want it to stop, I wish it would all go away.
Yeah.
So I don't know what has sort of taken place around here, but it's something, I'm not getting the sense of anything negative here, far from it. This is certainly not a negative spot, contrary to what anything may have been believed in the past. I'm not sensing that, but I do sense from the edge of the tree that there's something that takes place.
Now, just explain to the listeners. Now, this tree, it looks like it's a very sort of domineering tree. So it's a large one. It's in a solid position. It's on its own.
Oh, yeah.
So it looks as though, in layman's terms, it's like the daddy of the wood, so to speak, doesn't it? You know, it's there and it's solace and it's on its own, and it's got these huge, big chunks of branches, really, aren't they? I mean, they're massive. So you can imagine that the tree itself's obviously been here a very, very long time. And if things have gone on around the area, then obviously, as you said,
there's a focal point,
energy.
I mean, obviously, I just imagine the tree as a focal point of some sort. The only thing, Paul, I did sense as I was walking around the roots of the tree was I kind of felt, and obviously we're in the dark, so I'm not going to go rummaging around on the ground and start digging holes, but I kind of felt as if I wanted to kind of dig holes in certain places.
Right.
For whatever reason, and I felt, as I sort of went down, I felt as if I had blood on my hands.
Right.
I can't explain that, but I just felt in a certain place I kind of wanted to dig up underneath the roots. Whether something has been sort of buried underneath there for whatever reason, I don't know. I'm not saying this is a human body, far from it.
Yeah.
But it just feels as if things have kind of been buried there, but I just felt as if I had blood on my hands, and I don't quite understand why, but...
Okay, well maybe as we go along a bit further on, that may sort of become apparent to you as to why it's happening.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I mean, it was as clear as a bell and then just disappeared. There.
That's incredible.
And the other thing, like I was saying to him, I asked him about, is a pickup, literally human sacrifice in the way of pagan.
Mm-hmm.
But it's to become part with the tree, to become one with the tree. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Almost voluntary, not...
Which it would be.
Yeah, not murder. That, you know, voluntary. To join with the tree is the exact words. It's definitely here. It's like standing in the centre of a circle and you're surrounded by people. All around you.
Now, you're used to these paranormal investigations and you do it quite frequently, I believe, but you haven't been up here before, is that correct?
No, it's the first time we've come here actually, although I've heard a lot about this place. It's been absolutely fascinating.
And has it lived up to your expectations at all?
Definitely, there's definitely an atmosphere here.
Yeah.
I deliberately, although I know vaguely some of the legends here, and Charles has been great in sort of filling us in, I deliberately didn't sort of read too much about it. I wanted to come here with sort of fresh perspective and no preconceived ideas. but it is incredible, absolutely incredible.
Wonderful. Okay, Mark. Well, hopefully throughout the show, you're going to be joining us, or we're going to be joining you on lots more investigations. We're going to be working together a lot more, getting you in the studio as well, and giving your side of paranormal investigations. Obviously, we'll have our medium's perspective, and we'll have your perspective as well as to what you do and what you feel when you come out on these places. And obviously, we'll be able to get some history from you about some of these places as well.
Yes, definitely. Yes. I mean, I'm a believer, but I also have a healthy dose of skepticism.
So real.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
Like I was saying, I was just talking to Terry, Paul, and while you was all doing your interviews there a moment ago, and your pieces to camera, Terry, there's lots of things about this that don't add up to me. Lots of kind of unanswered questions, and all the time walking around there, I've been hearing little snippets, and I thought, no, it just doesn't seem right. There's something that's not right. And so as we came down here, and I got to this point, I was still asking the questions, what's going on? This isn't satanic rituals. Right. This isn't anything to do with this. I'm pretty certain, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty certain this is all to do with personal power. So there is, whatever takes place here is to do with, it's not about worshipping the devil. This is about worshipping the earth and the energy and the universe, and it's all about bringing in wealth and power. So this group of these people that are here I'm sensing that are pretty sort of fairly wealthy people, and it's all about maintaining that wealth and keeping that wealth. So it's not about worshipping the devil in order to do that. It's about worshipping, the earth energies and
it's
the universe.
A bit of self-indulgence then.
I'd say it goes a bit more than that.
Right, okay,
I'd say it goes much more than that.
Okay, but on a sort of layman's terms, it's them sort of
they are practicing. They're practicing. To me, I'm getting the impressions of them practicing rituals in order to increase and maintain their wealth. So what they're doing is they're continually helping themselves to keep the flow of wealth coming into them. So they're maintaining the power. It's all about personal power.
As the weather closed in, it was time to call it a night. Clapham Wood is a place full of atmosphere and mystery, and we're looking forward to a return visit very soon.